Sexuality is fluid. I don't care what people say. Like, I'm gonna draw you guys a freaking diagram. This is sexuality. Some people fall closer to here. Some people fall closer to here. Some people fall in the middle. And other people fall anywhere on the spectrum. Personally, I fall right here. This is the middle. This is me. This is gay. This is straight. Hey guys, it's Sophia. So today's video is going to be very different from all the rest of the videos. I know I say this every time, but this time I truly mean it. Like, look at me. I just got out of the shower, braided my hair, not wearing a bra, like wearing a hat, like no makeup. I just thought of this subject and I felt like I needed to share it. This video is a very personal subject that I have not really talked about in general very much, let alone to the internet. I filmed this video the first time and I was crying hysterically. Like, it's something that means so much to me. I am unapologetically who I am, and I felt so bad about myself for so long that I'm not gonna let anyone's opinions make me feel bad anymore. If you don't like me, unsubscribe. I don't care. Like, I have no idea where to start, so I feel like the right place to start would be like 6th grade. Growing up in Texas, like, Texas is so conservative, like, compared to Boston, so conservative. Like, I don't know if it was just 10 years ago or like just the culture of down there, but like the LGBT community was very taboo. Like, no one would really talk about it. I knew what gay people were, but I didn't know that there was like umbrellas under like the LGBT like community. I didn't know that you could be like transgendered. I was just not informed. So in 6th grade, I was just learning about myself, you know? Like, 6th grade, I was finally like realizing I am my own person. I can do what I want. I can think what I want. I can, basically I was just like, I was no longer a child. I was starting to think more critically and more maturely. So at this point in my life, I was like dating boys, which we all know what 6th grade dating boys is. Like, we would chat on Facebook. Like, we never really talked face to face. My mom was like, so how do you feel like when you see boys that you like? Do you get butterflies? Do you? And I would be like, no, like I've never, like at that point I had never gotten butterflies before. And she's like, I remember when I was your age, I would see boys and my like whole being would flutter. Like, I was so happy to see them. And I was thinking like, no, like that doesn't happen to me. Like, when I see them, I'm like, hey dude, like we're friends. I like hanging out with you. Like, I might want to kiss you, but I'm not really sure. Like, we're boys, you know? And I like thought that that's how every girl felt, you know? Like, I didn't realize that you were supposed to feel like this immense feeling of joy when you saw a boy. And it was just very like strange to me, you know? And I remember I was dating this boy, Chippy, hi, my first boyfriend. And it felt wrong. But I feel like part of it's because, one, I was like 11 years old. Like, I don't I think it's kind of weird that I was dating at 11 years old anyway, but I just remember feeling like this can't be it. Like, this cannot be the feeling everyone's talking about, because it's really not that great. Like, it's pretty mediocre. Like, I could live without this, you know? And I remember telling him, and I was like, I like, this is so embarrassing, but I was like obsessed with Megan Fox. And I remember telling him, like, I think I like girls. Like, I love Megan Fox. Like, I could never see myself, like, dating a girl, but I could see myself, like, making out with Megan Fox. Like, that was so, like, oh my god, Megan Fox. Like, yeah. So that was, like, my first, like, realization, you know? Like, I was like, Megan Fox, like, damn. Like, I feel butterflies when I think about Megan Fox. Like, you know. So fast forward a couple of years, I'm a junior in high school. I am living in Boston, and I had just gotten out of like this like thing I had with this boy, but him and I had like a really long history, and he basically just like disrespected me in a way where I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna say like this like drove me to be gay, because that's like not a thing, but like this like drove me to like explore that side of me, you know? Because I always knew like I'm pretty fucking gay. And my cousin, who is transgender, peace Carson if you're watching this, he at the time was dating this girl, and They would just like make fun of me constantly. Like, of course, I'm that person. I made a group chat, whatever, like weird, I don't know. We were in a group chat together, and they just kept saying, you're gay, like, we know you're gay. And I don't know if it was a joke or not, but in my like head I was like low-key like, yes, I'm gay. So my cousin Carson would just make fun of me and call me gay all the time. And Carson was like, well, like, my best friend, who is also like queer, might be interested in you, blah 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 blah. And I had the biggest crush on my cousin's friend for like years. I would see like their Facebook post and be like, oh my god, this person is so cute. If I was gay, I would like them. My cousin's friend and I would like text all the time, and we would like, I really like this person. And I thought that this was so weird, like such like a foreign concept. Like, I like someone who is not like a cisgendered boy. Like, it was just, it blew my mind. I was like, what? And I was like, I don't know why this is happening. Like, it was weird. And we talked for a few months, and then I went out to Seattle to visit my cousin, and we just clicked immediately. Like, it was like we're from the same star almost. Like, our like personalities are like, everything just intertwined so perfectly. Like, I don't want to say like love at first sight or whatever, but it like honestly felt like I'd known this person forever. Like, I'm gonna cry, oh my god. It felt like we were just like meant to be together. Fuck. It just felt like we were meant to be together at this time in our lives, and it just felt so genuine, and it felt really like we had a really strong bond, you know, like nothing like I had ever felt before in my entire life. And it was like such like an intense feeling. It felt like I had been missing this my entire life. Like, this person is like everything. And we were together for the whole summer. We like were honestly like in love. Like, it was awesome. And at this point, I had not told my family any of these feelings I had, you know, about like myself and about I hadn't told my family anything. I hadn't told them any part of like my like struggle to come to terms with like my sexuality and myself, you know. My parents knew nothing. So I came home and I was like really like sad to leave, but I knew we would see each other again because we were just so infatuated with one another. We were texting all the time, we were calling each other, and my parents would like joke and be like, oh, are you dating? And I'd be like, no, like, why would you say that? And I get mad that they would even assume that, you know? And it was just really like an awkward time in my life, and we were planning trips to see each other. Like, we were like really into each other. So I went to Seattle a month later in September, like the first week of September of last year, and we were literally like, I've never been so happy in my entire life. Like, I was so like genuinely happy and in love, you know. And I didn't tell my parents. I was like, I can't, like, I'm gonna find the right time and it's gonna be perfect, and my coming out is gonna be something I'm proud of. Like, I don't want to do it right now because I don't feel secure enough with myself to tell everyone. So I got out of the plane after visiting the person I was dating, and I was already heartbroken. Like, if anyone out there is in a long distance relationship, I feel you. I was in one for over a year. I feel you. But it's like that feeling when you're separated, like the first 24 hours, it's like PTSD. Like, you cannot function. Like, sorry. It's like the worst feeling. Undescribable pain. Like, I cannot even begin to describe it. And I was already in that mindset, like really like distraught and sad. And I got off the plane looking like this, like no makeup, like my eyes were bloodshot, like I'd been crying the whole plane ride. And I get out of the plane, my mom looks at me. My mom does not have a poker face. She looks at me and she goes, you have something to tell me? And I was like, what? And she goes, you know. And I broke down crying. And I was like, Mom, like, I wanted to tell you, like, I really wanted to tell you. And then my mom starts crying. all this in the airport, and she goes, I wish you would have been the one to tell me. Like, I had to hear it from someone else. Someone else saw it on social media, which one, I didn't post anything on social media. The person I was seeing did and tagged me in it or whatever, and this person that was like told my mom was stalking their social media. So it was like you really like had to look for it, you know. It was a picture of us like kissing, and it was on that person's social media. And my mom like showed me, and she was like, I got sent this picture by one of my friends who was like, I don't know, and she was like, I am just really disappointed that you couldn't come to me first. And I was like, yeah, Mom, like my mom and I are best friends. Like it was really hard to go through that. And I was like, what? Like, and my first thought was, did you tell my dad? My dad, he loves me like more than the world. Like my dad is like my life. Like I love my dad so much. If anything were to happen to him, like he's like the one person that like I could not function without. And I was like, did you tell him? And my dad's like homophobic, yeah, I would say, but like I don't know, he's like tolerant but homophobic, if that makes sense. So that was my biggest fear. I was like, he's just not gonna love me. He's not gonna love me anymore. And I was really scared, and she's like, yeah, I told him, and he's outside waiting to pick you up to take you home. And I was freaking out, and I get in the car, and my dad doesn't talk to me the whole ride home. And at this point I'm so sad, so like sad over not being with my significant other one, and sad that like all this is happening to me right now, school starting the next day, like it's my parents' wedding anniversary. And I'm like freaking out. So I go home and I just go to sleep, and I just sleep it off, hope it's a bad dream, wake up, and my dad comes and sits next to me in like a chair next to my bed and starts talking to me, and he's like, you know, like I'll always love you, like I love you more than anything. Like, why am I crying so much? He's like, I love you more than anything. And then my dad starts crying, and he was like, I don't want you to feel like I don't love you because of this. Like, I feel like this is just a phase. Like, you'll grow out of it, but I don't know. Like, this isn't what I pictured for you. And honestly, like, these words, like, stuck in my mind forever. Like, it was, like, the worst feeling. It feels like I was disappointing everyone by being myself. And it was just, like, such a hard experience. Like, thinking about it, like I am so proud of myself for overcoming that, you know. Coming out is hands down one of the worst experiences of my life. Like there were so many people who were so supportive, but there were a ton who like really weren't, or who they were but like you knew they weren't, like my dad. Despite all like the negativity I received from my family, I was in this relationship for months, and I was the happiest I'd ever been in my entire life. The person I was dating was the most perfect person I've ever met in my life. And I don't know, things ended and it's fine. Like we're both like moved on, you know, and like the person I'm seeing now will probably be really upset that I made this video, but it's just, that was such a big part of my life. Like my first love, my first everything was this one person, and it was a hard year. And I just wanted to make like a video like explaining myself, and I also made this video to tell you guys, if you guys are struggling with the same things, that things do get better. Like 1 year ago today, I was so sad and depressed, and now I'm honestly happiest I've been in months. Come out when you are ready. Come out when you think is the right time. Don't let anyone push you out of the closet, and be unapologetically yourself, because at the end of the day you need to be content with who you are as a person. And I feel like this is such a deep video for me to make, and not really in my style, but I really enjoyed making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my coming out story. And just a PSA, sexuality is fluid. You can identify as one thing one day and something else the next. You are never confined to your labels, and you can change them whenever you want, as many times as you want. Be yourself, be authentic, just be happy. Okay, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to finish this video real quick. I'm so tired. I love you guys. Thank you.